Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostle of Great Stone, and enough respect to the brothers out there pushing and spreading the truth, which is the gospel of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai to the four corners of the world. Now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, I just want to do a quick, lesson, and hopefully this be edifying unto the elect. Now, what I have here is a title. It's an article titled Guardian Owner, apologizes for founder's link to transatlantic slavery. Now, the Guardian, this is a news organization, a news outlet, pretty much. And what has been uncovered recently is that it's founded, on it's founded on the backs of our people, pretty much. One of the major ways where it made money and established itself was from our people, pretty much. And now they're coming up with a half-ass apology. I mean, in their heart they may be sincere, but pretty much we know that's not how the world works. And then they promise to donate $12.3 million. Esau Edom, I can't, you guys should already know the nature of Esau Edom right now, because this man does not, he always feels as though he's special, pretty much it. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you read Revelations, the 13th chapter and verse 10, it says, starting from verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So wickedness, iniquity in any form must begets what? Begets death, pretty much. That's why the Most High said, also belongs to me, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. Scripture also says the wages of sin is death, And this is the immutable law that the Most High put in place when he created the universe, So you have these men out here that have taken lives, have gotten all that they made is through the what? Through the vexation of the so-called Negroes, the Israelites. And after he has established himself, he's being charitable, pretty much. He's gonna try to be charitable unto those that made him who he is today. And you see why we need the Most High to come down and destroy this fucking place. If the Most High left this place, this world, forever under their control, this place will be, like the scripture said, there should not be a soul left. There shall not be a soul left to save. He does not know how to rule. He is partial when it comes to judgment. Should a man transgress against Esau Edom's law, this man will be unforgiven. You break law in Esau's kingdom and your life is over, pretty much. There was a time back, all the way back, when Esau will put Jake in jail for being unemployed. He won't give Jake a job. He does not allow Jake to own anything, but then he'll put Jake in prison for being unemployed. And then there's something known as convict leasing. He will lease him out, to these other organizations who I'm sure, like these big organizations, I don't know any from the top of my head, but he leases them out to his rich friends, and then they build their businesses pretty much for free. So to hell with this reparation bullshit and this apology crap, The scripture says here is the faith and the patience of the saints. We who understand the scriptures, we who have read the scriptures and knows how the Most High is, and understand that the Most High does not compromise when it comes to justice, we long Okay, this is our patience and the faith in which we have. You know, the world is very carnal, like Jake. This woman right here, she's a Jake. But when we listen to her, she's gonna, it seems as though her motivation for searching through these things is so that the world can come together, so that men, okay, can work together and uncover Jake's motivation for uncovering Esau's wickedness is just is vain, pretty much. They don't do it so that the Most High, they don't do it so they can pray to the Most High. They do it for reparation purposes. They do it for men, okay? They do it so they can come to Esau and beg for Esau to consider them. And this is what we long for, pretty much. Let me get and we long for this because, like I said, we know the nature of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let me get this. Job chapter 4. Okay. Verse 17. It says, shall mortal man be more just than God? And that is no. Okay. Shall a man be more pure than his maker? No. Behold, he put no trust in his servant, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. Pretty much it, And that's why the patience and the faith of the saints is for the Most High to establish righteousness, man. True rectification, pretty much. The Most High to rectify what has been done. We don't look for Esau Edom to consider his actions, And what kind of shit is that, man? What's wrong with you, Jakes? When will you stop being so carnal, man? This man is not in the habit of being righteous. This man ain't gonna be in the habit of doing the right thing. As he's just gonna go as far as giving you a handout. Pretty much, he's just gonna be charitable. But when it comes to true justice, the what he must do to make up for what he has done, he will not do it. We know that the Most High is perfect, man, and that's who. If you should ever come across information like this, don't be out there in this Black Lives Matter protest bullshit. Pray unto the Most High, man. Put curses upon this place. Put curses upon this place, man. Pray that the Most High speeds up the destruction of this place. Pray for these missiles to hit, man. Pray for the fires of these missiles to linger even more than they're supposed to. Pray for the destruction of this place. Pray that the Most High deliver these men into your hands, man. Pray that the Most High gives you power over these nations. Not for $1 million. I'm going to play the video, Salakia.
So one of the founders of the Manchester Guardian was Sir George Phillips, and he was part of a prominent family that had both direct and indirect links with slavery. He was partner in a firm, Boddington, Phillips and Sharp. In 1821, when the Manchester Guardian was formed, that firm owned Success Estate, which had about 122 enslaved persons on it. So it's very likely that the £100 that was used to help form the Manchester Guardian was derived from slavery. That's when we found out where some of John Edward Taylor's money was coming from, which is from the Sea Islands. They're all places where Gullah Geechee communities currently exist. So this for me was quite a huge thing because it therefore links the founder of the Manchester Guardian to the Gullah Geechee people and their ancestors.
There is no blueprint. There is no book to take off the shelf to tell us how to do this. It's a case of being part of...
I'm going to end it right there, man. This man just pissed me off. I watched this whole video, and it's just him shooting off his fucking mouth, about how the world should view history. It's like, what am I doing? Yeah, how the world should view history and, yada, 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 all this crap, you know. And this is Esau Edom, you know, if he should ever admit to his heinous act, you know, he tries to brush things off. Even when in his heart he sincerely believes that he's doing the right thing, we know that according to the scriptures, he's half-assing pretty much. He's bullshitting. Because true justice, as the Most High put it, is an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, burning for burning, stripe for stripe. Pretty much it, you know. I think I have, let me bring the precept from the book of Psalms. Psalms 89th chapter. Let's see. Psalms chapter 89, verse 14, it says, "Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne." And we knowing that, you know, we take comfort in the fact that the Most High does not take bribes. The Most High is impartial when it comes to judgment. And the Most High does not tarry when it comes to vindicating his people. So it says, "Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Lord Yahweh, in the light of thy countenance." Pretty much it, you know. It says, "In thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted. For thou art the glory of their strength, and in thy favor our horn shall be exalted. For the Lord Yahweh is our defense, and the Holy One of Israel is our King." Pretty much it, you know. So with that, I hope edification goes out to the brothers that are listening. I want to say Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Ashar Brakatham. To the Akwef that are also listening in truth and sincerity, I also want to say Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Ashar Brakatham. May the blessing of election be upon all our houses. And let us take comfort in the fact that the Most High is not Esau. You know, he is righteous and he's just. And surely enough, soon, we will slap chains on these fucking devils. No more, man. You know, no more excuses from these devils. No more half-ass apologies from these devils. No more seeking to please us. So with that, I'm going to end it right there. Shalom.